Welcome back to Pava's Pearls. We're going to be talking about mentors. Find one, and yes, be one. It has been a little while since I've been on talking to you, and as many of you know, life happens when we least expect it. That brings me back to the discussion about how you find something when you don't know where to look, or sometimes what you're even looking for, or that it even exists. I know this sounds like a strange topic. My career path has not been the one I would have chosen, or I even knew existed, if not for an amazing mentor like I mentioned, Vicky. Thinking about this, I wondered if most great careers begin without a grand plan in mind. They often begin with a simple job, answering the phones, helping out with customers, stocking shelves, filing paperwork, maybe being a team assistant, or learning the basics of an industry from the ground up. At first, that job may feel ordinary, but when approached with curiosity, humility, and a willingness to learn, it can become the first step towards a career far more meaningful than you could have even expected. That is what this topic is today: how to take your position, especially in the mortgage industry, to the next level. Most industries have entry-level positions for those things that want or need to be done and things that need to be started, and people are willing to invest in it knowing it's a stepping stone to another opportunity. Ours is the same. The simple job is not always as simple as it seems when you start out. I started out as a shipping clerk preparing packages to be shipped to the home office and a warehouse bank that had to have information sent. I answered phones and tried to find answers for customers, even though being new to everything around me. Imagine no internet, no cell phones, no fax machines, face-to-face, and landline phones. That was the system I worked in. Take those first days of yours. Much different, I'm presuming, today, and I'm guessing a lot different in how you handle it and how you transform that information. But a thirst and drive for knowledge and skills is the key to all of this. Create habits that streamline and are efficient. In nearly every position, there is more data than we can possibly imagine, but you are aware of that, I am sure. How do you deal with it? What do you do? How do you know the regulations of what information can be shared? And not even to speak about situations outside of the office. I know of a situation exactly like that. Several years ago, a loan originator that worked at a company I worked at was having lunch at a restaurant with a friend and decided to share the fact that they had just landed a borrower that played for the Detroit Pistons. Yeah, imagine that. Quite an exciting opportunity. Until he disclosed to that person the name and some non-public information about that person. Little did he know that the mother of the player was at the next table and overheard the entire conversation. I think you can imagine and guess the rest of the story, as Paul Harvey would have said. That was not appropriate. She called her son, who then called the president of the company. Yes, and that was not a pleasant conversation with the loan originator. And when the loan originator realized what happened, he was fired. On an unfortunate situation, but we have guides and laws and regulations in place to help and protect all of us. Confidentiality is for all of us, famous or not. Protecting the data you have been trusted with is a trust that is not automatically assumed by everyone and every borrower, but we should know it. We should tell the borrowers. We should explain it. Processors are those who work to collect and distribute that vital information on a loan and are important pieces of the equation. They're an important part to that. They have to know a little sales, working with borrowers. They have to work with underwriting and closing to see that the process flows and all of the data comes together to the finish. How they understand their role and the guidelines, as well as the regulations, is an important part of the job. I was fortunate to have someone teach me more than shipping and answering phones, but kept filling my desire to learn more. From processing to closing, even funding loans, it quickly became part of my daily job and routine, especially in a small office. So the question today is, where do you look to fill your gaps of knowledge and growth and information? Who is your mentor, and where do you look for more information, for more knowledge? Who can you trust? The answer is someone with experience willing to share, someone you can trust. I found that person and several others along the way. In fact, still have some of those same people today I rely on. That is why I'm always willing to share with anyone else as well. Giving back to a profession I love and to people wanting to grow is its own reward. It's very important to let someone know and to stay positive and to share. So I'm telling you today, be a mentor to someone else. share your story, share a smile, and be there for someone else.